Hello. Today we are going to be doing a tinfoil boat. For this, you are going to need a piece of tinfoil about the width that it comes off the tinfoil, unless you got a big one. So about 24 by 24 centimeters is good. And if you use a ruler, it doesn't have to be exact, but this is all you need. So you need a small piece of tinfoil like this, and you need some change, and it can be pennies, it can be nickels, it can be dimes, whatever you like. But you're going to need these. So I just want to show something here. This is a glass of water, and this is a piece of tin foil. I want you to see that the tin foil sinks right to the bottom, and if I get some change as well, there's a nickel. There's some more change, another nickel, some dimes, and see how they all just sink right to the bottom. So what we're going to do, or what you're going to do, is make a boat out of tin foil that you can put change in. So before you do that, I would like you to answer a few questions on a piece of paper. It can be any piece of paper. Write down the questions before you do the experiment, and then when you observe, once you're doing it, you can write down some questions after. And I will go through those questions right now. So before I make my boat, I'm going to say, what shape am I going to make the boat? Also, I want to explain why I'm making it this way. So this is the main question before you do your boat: is how am I going to make it, or what shape am I going to make it, and why do I think this? Also, when we make our boat, we are going to put change in our boat, and when we put we're going to see how much change we can get in it before it sinks, and so we want to make a prediction about that as well. So I want you to write down how many dimes, nickels, pennies, quarters, loonies, toonies. You can use any change that you like. Even if you have change from trips you've taken, you can use that change too. Just write down what change you're going to put in and how much you think that it can hold. And that's it. That's all the questions that you need to do before you make your boat. Then you can get your piece of tin foil and you can fold it in any way that you like to make this boat. But I mean, I like to have a plan before I make something. Sometimes I like to even do a little sketch. So when you write your question, you could even draw a little sketch of how you think it's going to look. It could be, you could make it into a circle. You could make it into a diamond shape. You could make it into a square, right? A rectangle. There's many different shapes. You can make it look like a real rowboat or a canoe or a kayak. It's whatever you like. And when I make it, I like to fold the edges over when I make this, and then it makes a very interesting thing. This one, I'm making this quickly, but this could almost be like a life raft, or a blow up dinghy that you use when you're paddling around the lake in the summer. So after you've made your boat and you've done those questions, get a bowl of water, or you could fill the sink. Make sure to ask your parents, or do this when your parents are home, so that there isn't a mess. You could use the bathtub. You just need something that you could put water in. I have an old fish tank that I could use, or pretty much anything that you can put water in and that you can test this experiment. You'd probably want to have it at least about this deep. So I'd say if you have your boat, I would say probably go about something that's about 15 centimeters deep, or enough that if your boat is this way, that it would be below the surface. So once you get to the point that you have your boat done, you've answered the questions before, you've sort of predicted what is going to happen, then I want you to put your boat in water, set it up, put the boat in water, then start adding the change that you predicted. And if you think that it will hold more. You can hold more, and then write down if your prediction worked, and then after that, write down what actually happened and how much change that it did. Also, a question you could answer is, did my boat float? Sometimes the boat doesn't float, and you can always start again. When you're doing things, sometimes the best way to learn is trial and error. So I would probably make one boat, try it, then make another and try it. And I might even do 3 different boats and 3 different designs to see which one would work the best. Once you've done this, if you want to take a picture or a little video while you're doing this, we could upload that to my blueprint, or you could share that video with us. Anyways, have a wonderful day and good luck with the experiment. Take care.